Today we're gonna show you how to install these fog lights on your second generation Chevy Cruze cheaply and easily. We'll do that after the intro. So I'm recording a few different videos concurrently here. Now you'll see I have the bumper removed. That video will be posted. I'll link the card up above. So right now I do have the bumper off, and I'm going to show you what I got here. Got this off of eBay. These right here, just basically you take your old ones out, you snap these in place. These fog lights right here, they snap into the bumper. The bumper already has a provision for it. I'll show you the back side of that bumper. The fog lights just snap right here. They're already here. These little plate panels come off. We're just gonna pop these clips loose. I think you pop those tabs up like that and they pop out. Yep, so we'll do that and then snap them fog lights on there. So this kit came with a wiring harness, and I'm not too thrilled with it. I will show you the puny little wire this comes with. I don't like this at all. So I went ahead, I upgraded the harness. This has 16 gauge wire. I did buy ends for the H11s to splice on here, also 16 gauge. So this kit has got the relay, it's got your wire connections for the battery right here. This is 16 gauge, I believe. I think that's what the listings. Oh, this is 14. Pardon me, this is 14 gauge wire. I think these are 16. No, this is also 14. Okay, well it matches. It matches perfectly well. All right, so we're gonna stretch this out. The one thing I am going to comes with this switch, right? The way it's wired is this switch switches the lights on and off, and that's with constant battery power, and I don't want that. Twofold here. Even if I want, I'm going to eliminate the switch, but let's just say even if I chose to run this into the cabin and mount it, you'd want to grab the power for your that goes into the switch. You want to snag that off of your parking light wire and then run it to the switch. So then when the headlights are off, the fog lights will be off. And then when you turn them on, it'll energize the circuit, and then you can control it with this. Well, I'm going to do away with the switch altogether. I'm going to find where on the relay that terminal goes to, and I'm going to wire that to the parking lights. So then the fog lights will be on whenever the parking lights are on. That way I don't have a switch. They're just on, and then they'll shut off with the parking lights. So right now I'm gonna have to pull this headlight back out, but the I can't see it. I'll pull this headlight out. I went and traced the headlight connector to find the wire that controls the parking lights, and I put one of these Posi-Tap Connectors on it. So that's where I'm gonna tap into. As far as that wire harness goes, since I have the bumper off, this is going to be perfect for running it. So we got a spot right here we can snag power from. One of these terminals here. I'll snag it from one of these two. I mean, I could go to the big one if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to go to one of the smaller ones. And then look at all these ground lugs right here. So maybe I'll tie the ground into this one or this one of these two, and then we can just tidy this I mean, I'll zip tie it right straight to this, all this here. And then we have, you can see right here, we have a harness that runs across. So the one for the passenger side, I'll just zip tie it to this and then drop the pigtail down here. I'll have it hanging right there. Nice and easy. I think this couldn't be any easier. And since I'm just tying right to the parking lights, I'm not gonna try to search for a grommet to fish wires into the cabin and then, you know, mount some janky switch somewhere. So, and this switch is very janky. I think even if I was gonna do a switch, I would probably upgrade this thing, because I don't like this thing at all. It just feels cheap. Sounds cheap. Alright, so what do I want to do first? Maybe tackle the bumper. Oh, you know what else? I did get I got these Beamtechs. I might end up upgrading these at some point to something brighter, since I have the 14 gauge wire harness. But they come with 55 watt H11s. I did just upgrade the headlights to 6500K Fahrentermeters. So although these aren't the same brand, they should be the same color. These are 6500K, so they'll look the same anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a peek at these tabs, see how these, oh, okay. So we're gonna push down in the center there. I don't know if we can get the camera on that. I'm gonna go, you just press down here and push. It's these big tabs here that come out. Real easy. The upper ones are easy anyway. I don't know so much about these side and lower ones, but now that I brought you in, we can maybe set the camera to the side and let me try to get this out. Maybe. I apologize for the dog. She wanted to be out here. Up on here. Looks like a piece of this grill has to come off. Right? Alright, well, I'm hung up on something here. So I'm just looking at where all these tabs are, and there's an extra two right here, and it looks like we gotta pull part of this grill out of the way in order to get this out. There's something. How does this? Okay, there's a hook here. Oh, so this, what is this? You gotta pinch this in. See this little white thing I'm clipping on right here? I think that has to come off somehow. I don't know how. I'm gonna have to spin this grill, move this bumper over. I don't want to scratch the damn thing. Ew, what do we got here? Yeah, and of course these things come with no instructions, so I'm totally flying blind here. I don't know what I'm doing. I thought it'd be something as simple as okay, so I got this thing out. It just went down. There's one little thing in the front you push in. Okay, so now I can push this. Okay, I think that should release this, right? Okay. I think that's everything. There's a couple hooks here in the center. Don't hook onto anything. Okay, okay, here we go. Is my head in the way? I think we're loose. Right? Right here on this one. I don't want to scratch this bumper. It's up on the pavement. Okay, there we go. There, we're out. Okay, let's, where's that replacement? Oh, look at that. So, I don't know if you can see that. It says RH right there. And this one says R. R. Okay. I am going to grab one of these. Let's see if we're in frame here. 2 screws are going to be on the bottom. That adjuster will be on the top. We're just going to try to get that bad boy in there. Oh yeah, look, there's a locating tab there. Goes right here. Yep. So, here to snap there. No. This tab is not lining up. Okay, that should be, yeah, right. These even, you can see I got that end snapped on fine, but that little tab isn't lining up. Might be in the wrong spot. I set this down on the table. So I put it up on the table and I got my handy dandy little dead blow hammer, gave it a couple of taps, gave her a couple love taps, and that snapped her in. So I'm just gonna, well, let's see, before I repeat the other side. Alright, so just kind of looking at how that, oh, that fits beautifully in there. This is gonna look factory. So I think you want to start over here. Oh, that snaps into the grill. I see. These tabs aren't quite. Where's that second one? That has to go through there, but where does this go? Yeah, I think you want to work this over first. The bottom part. Of course, these aren't factory parts, so they aren't going to fit perfect. Might take the dead blow hammer out. Yep, see, that's not. It's snapping in everywhere except for this front part. Just the fact that it isn't a factory piece, it's not a 100% fit either. see if we can get in here. This part right here I'm trying to get to snap in. I think everything else fit pretty well. But as we can see, that's pretty slick. And we didn't have to change the bumper cover. So I think I'm going to tap on this with my dead blow hammers to get that to seat in there properly. Alright, you remember how I told you, I showed you that little white piece? Look at the comparison. The one on the left is the OEM and this is the aftermarket. So this doesn't pull through. So, and that goes right here. So obviously it's not pulling all the way through. It's supposed to go down. I don't know, I might be able to jam this in there. I'm gonna give it a try. But I gotta set the camera down to do so. Alright, my problem was I forgot this was upside down. I was trying to put the clip in that way. I'm like, oh, it goes better this way. Well, and I look over here and that's the way that one is too. So literally that's what sucked that in. So now, stand it up so you can see it. Now it's nice and flush. Looks pretty good. Not gonna lie. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Alright, I'll show you that other side in a second, but I'm just gonna quick swap these halogen fog lights for the Beamtech LEDs. A little comparison to what. These are fanless. That's another reason I got them. I actually run these in my Palo Limited. Alright. They're locked in, they look crooked. Alright, let's set this up so we can see. Pretty good fit. This is pretty damn impressive for 41 bucks or whatever this kit, 47 bucks maybe. I'll link it down below. There's so many of these on eBay, it ain't even funny. Like I said, the only thing I would change is the wiring harness. Alright, I'm going to go over this relay. So, terminal 30 should be the same here. So I got to find where 30 is. 30 is this one. So, alright, I'm going to go from here. Let's see. Let's go from here to the power lug. Yep, we got continuity there. Okay. Now, 86 is supposed to be the signal. And that is this one here on the left. No? No. Huh. Okay, so I gotta find out. So, yeah, no instructions with this kit either. Where is getting its signal from? Because that is where I want to tap into the parking lot lights. Parking lot. The parking lights. Parking lot lights. Where the hell did that come from? Wow, what a tangled mess. Okay, this is separated now. I just want to know which one of these goes to terminal 86. It should be this one here. So let's start probing. This black wire. Shouldn't black be ground? So this black wire right here. Huh. Alright, so make sure none of these other ones are. Oh. Blue wire goes to 85. So I'm gonna put a pause right here, and I'm just gonna cut a big chunk of this out. And I will tell you right now, just use the blue wire and cap off the black and white wires. The blue wire is the one you need to wire into the parking light circuit to trip the relay. Kind of getting the layout here. I found a nice little spot to mount that relay, like literally right here. I had a black oxide screw head. I drilled a pilot hole and snugged it in there with my impact driver. So everything can be run. I mean, I'll follow all these wires. I'll just zip tie them to all this down here. I have the one for the switch. Okay, this one's going to go to the parking light, which, check it out, I have this right there. That's where I'm going to tap into it. That is the wire I took my test light. If you look at the connector, if this is the red side up, it is the upper left wire. It's like a brown with a black stripe. That is the parking lot. I keep saying parking lot. Parking light. Oh man. So that, I mean, I'll probably take the cover off this fuse box so I can easily run these wires down below. They look like they're, I'm sorry, they look like they won't snake through there. This one, oh, this one's gonna go back this way, so maybe I'll have to double this one back. But check it out, I mean, boom, we're right here at the fuse box. I'm probably going to put a smaller ring terminal on there, and possibly that ground. That thing is massive. So I don't have enough wire to fish across here, so I'm going to have to thin this one for the driver's side light. I'll have plenty of extra to splice on there to run over, which should not be a problem. This is excellent, having this bumper off and all this wire loom is just right here. We can just easily follow it. Easy peasy. So I haven't cut any of my zip ties, but I got these going down. The driver's side one will drop down right here. Obviously I have way extra length. I got some extra jacket on that. So the passenger side one, I mean, it went really nice following this harness. And I dropped it right here. But look at this, there's plenty of wire. Plenty of wire to reach that light. So, I mean, I'll just cut these off, splice my new harness on. Maybe I'll take some of that jacket, maybe, or I'll just put my own shrink wrap on it. I didn't have to extend this one at all. So I'm gonna trim up these zip ties, and then I'll get this. This is the the quote-unquote switch. really long. I'll just I got it run right here. We'll just cut it off right here, or maybe like here. Give me a little extra wire. I'll cap off the blue and white, and then figure this I'm gonna squeeze it backwards like this, and then we'll, boom, we're just right there. And I can have this fuse just kind of hanging out right here. This will be perfect. This couldn't have gone any better. Alright, just want to show this before I call it a night here. Let's turn on the parking lights. There we go. Oh, I don't have, okay. That's right, I don't have this one hooked up. There we go. I just have it temporarily connected. Here we go, off. There it is. So, just a quick update here. It wasn't the black wire. Black wire was ground. It was the blue wire. The white is constant hot. Black is ground. And I touched that to the chassis to see if that made the relay work, and then removed it, and I have it off. I don't need that black wire touching. I just have the main hookup wire temporarily connected there, and it's just kind of hanging on the fuse box. But so I do now. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't have that touching. Okay. There we go. So I haven't even made the connectors for that side yet, but I got this one all fixed up. So there's my proof that everything works. I might just tie this to the big terminal here since it has the big ring on it. And that ground, I mean, right now I'm grounding it to that headlight mount, but I think I'll put it back here. The light's going dead. So here you can hear the relay clicking. Alright, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Be back in the morning. It's getting late. Alright, I'm back at it. A couple things I did. A few things I did off camera. I took the black and white wires and I put some shrink wrap over them to kind of cap them. I folded them over themselves, and I put a big thing of shrink wrap around here, just leaving the little blue one exiting my Posi-Tap. Zip tied this all up nice and neat. I took this bolt off, mounted the ground to it. I didn't modify the ring terminal. I could have, but it went on there real neat. And then I took this, I don't know, like, ideally I would have got a nut for this stud and put it here. I took this one, I had to bend the little tabs out to slide the nut off of there, and then I put that on there and snugged it down, but it's powered up. I went through and I got my, oh, I still have to wrap that with some electrical tape, but I got this all hooked up. So now I'll plug the headlight in and I'll show you. Alright, let's I'll show you that I'm gonna throw it to the parking light mode. Okay. We got parking lights. That's one. That's two. And now we'll throw the headlights on. So we stay on with the headlights. And check it out, high beams. So we got highs and they stay on. Alright, I just kind of have the bumper hanging there, but got those lights plugged in now. I'll give you a final when I get the bumper back on. I'm recording other videos at the same time. that need this bumper off, so we'll jump back in when we're done. So now we're gonna give those driving / fog lights one more little look here. In a shot with the headlights off, so here's the driving lights right out of the box. I think they're aimed pretty well, to be honest. I thought maybe one would be up, one would be down, but then, you know, they're not that bright. They're driving lights and not headlights. But with that heavy duty harness I put in there, theoretically I could put a stronger lamp in there. So here's what they look like with the headlights on. Whoa. So yeah, they're not going to overpower the headlights anytime soon. But you gotta admit, car looks pretty sick with them. Alright, so let me know what you thought down below. Drop a comment. Give me a like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video. Later.